Yeah, so Ice Age is about to be released into cinemas. What can you tell us that's new about the collision course?
Well, we have, we have a new world that they're going to be visiting. It's a place called Geotopia. They go there to find the answers to their problem. And their problem is, at the very beginning of the movie, the Scrat's going to find a ship. And it's actually, it's based on a ship that they find in Ice Age 1. They come across this, they're in an ice museum. They walk by and they see this ship encased in Ice Age 1. And so the Scrat's going to find that same ship, and he's going to inadvertently launch himself into the cosmos. And at the end of that sequence, he's going to send a gigantic asteroid, the mother of all asteroids, hurtling towards the Ice Age world. So our guys will need to find a way to obviously divert that new threat. So we also have new characters. We have Brooke, who is going to play Sid's love interest. Sid in all the Ice Age movies he's never met a true love. Everybody has a true love. Manny has Ellie, Diego has Shira, and so now Sid has, he will meet Brooke, who's voiced by Jessie J, and he's going to finally have a true love, which is great.
I was going to say, yeah, Jessie J, obviously Britain's own Jessie J, is in the film as Brooke, the voice of Brooke. What did she bring to the role, and I mean, how was she cast?
Well, the way we cast characters is we just grab a voice, and sometimes we don't even know who it is, and we'll put it up against the artwork of Brooke. And, we loved her voice. There's kind of a special quality about her voice. There's a warmth about it. And when we first recorded her, we weren't sure what to expect because she hadn't done any acting before. We knew she had a great voice, but almost immediately, as soon as she got behind the mic, she was very comfortable. She was very brave about just trying a different way to say things. And it was her natural character really came out. And at times, she decided to sing certain parts of her lines. And we really loved it, and we said, hey, do you want to do more of that? Because we really felt like it worked very well for her character. So we really thought she brought so much to the character. She's just such a likable, and she's the perfect pair for Sid, because Sid's sort of not this, he's not really an impressive specimen, and she's so beautiful, but she still loves him for all that he is, all of his silliness and goofiness. So
yeah, she did come across quite adorable on the screen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, also saying about amazing voices, we've got Simon Pegg doing a musical number himself. How did that come about?
Mike and I, we wanted to conceive of a sequence to reintroduce Buck. And Buck is such an amazing character for us. We wanted to come up with something that was worthy of his character. So we sort of piled on the complexity and the uniqueness of it. And so we decided that we would come up with this one-shot sequence where Buck is battling a trio of Dinobirds. The Dinobirds have kind of stolen an egg, and Buck is sort of the hero of the Lost World. And so he will go and save this egg and give it back to its mother. But yeah, we thought, just to make things a little more interesting, as we're doing this all in one shot, dealing with 3 Dinobirds and Buck, why don't we have him sing this operatic song? And, after looking at a couple of different songs, we decided on the Figaro song. And, we asked Simon if he was willing to do this. And he was absolutely game for it. And he did amazing.
That was actually quite surprising.
Yeah, he's just such a talented guy. I just can't believe it. He's such a great director. He's a great writer, and he can also sing opera, by the way. It's like, what can the man not do?
His CV is endless.
And he is also the nicest guy to work with.
Yeah.
He's an absolute gift for filmmakers.
Okay. The film actually seems a bit more epic than previous episodes, and what kind of challenges did that bring?
Well, we knew that we had to come at it with everything we had. Each movie always gets bigger than the last one, and we had to bring everything we had onto this one. So, yeah, there's a lot of complexity, technical complexity that we haven't really been able to do all in one film. And so I think the audience will be very surprised that, the richness and the amount of complexity that we managed to get into the film.
Also, I noticed there was a lot more colours in it, and it's mainly like purple tones to it. Can you explain what those purple tones mean?
So at the very beginning, Mike and I knew that we wanted to kind of transform the Ice Age world as we knew it. And one of our main concepts was to literally bring the cosmos into the Ice Age world, courtesy of the Scrat. And so the pink and purple tones are kind of thematic of what is either cosmic or maybe any element that is new. And so whenever we see a meteor shower, the sort of the remnants of that would look kind of this, has the purple and pinkish glow about it. And the main asteroid that is the biggest threat in the movie is also kind of colored the same way. That way the audience can make the connection and relate that anything that is a threat or new is colored in such a way.
We also obviously have like a lot of new cast members, but we also have a lot of returning cast members. How easy is it to get them all to agree to come back and do it at the same time? So I'm sure their schedules are quite busy.
You know, it's interesting you mentioned that. I'm actually not as involved in terms of talking to their agents and seeing if they're available, but you know, it seems like everybody's very interested in continuing to be part of the Ice Age family. So we have our entire cast back, our core herd. And the new characters, you know, we were very lucky to have Jessie J, and we have Jesse Tyler Ferguson, and then we have Nick Offerman, Max Greenfield, Stephanie Beatrice. We have amazing actors that also improvise very well, and so we felt like it really added to the sort of the tapestry or the texture of character voices that we have in the Ice Age. Okay.
How important is it to have those returning cast members coming back?
Well, you know, this is you know, the 5th installment of this franchise, so I feel like the audience has now grown attached to, you know, Sid's voice or Manny's voice. I think it would feel very odd to have somebody else voice those characters. So we're very happy that the actors are very interested in continuing their roles.
Okay. You've been involved with Ice Age from the very beginning as a writer and animator. That's correct, isn't it? And was it a natural progression that you moved into the co-director's chair?
It was something that I was hoping to take. I was hoping to take that next step. I had spent a number of years working on a number of movies, supervising the animators, and as a supervisor, you oversee like 100 or 120 animators, and you sort of, you know, help the director realize his vision. You know, making sure that the storytelling is good within those sequences. And I really felt like at that point that I wanted to take that next step and kind of oversee something even bigger than as a supervising animator. So I was very lucky to have been given this opportunity.
Okay. Yeah, so Collision Course is what, 15 years old? Collision Course. Ice Age is 15 years old now. Are we going to see more in the future, or do you think it might be time to close that down or bring the story to an end, or what's your view?
You know, when we worked on the first Ice Age, we didn't think that we would have an Ice Age 2, and here we are, we're working on Ice Age Collision Course, which is Ice Age 5. So it's really all up to the audience to see if they're still interested and if they still continue to embrace the characters. And if they do, we're absolutely happy to create another one.
Okay, from the clips that we saw earlier, I actually think it's probably going to be one of the funniest.
Okay, we hope so. Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you very much for talking to me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thanks.
Right.